What's up, guys? Thank you for checking out the video. Thank you for checking out the channel. If you like it, leave a like, subscribe, and share. In this video, we'll be checking out a video from the channel, The Future Files. The title is Getting Caught Cranking It. Getting Caught Cranking It. You have an idea what this is all about? I think we've all cranked it at some point or every once in a while. It's not big deal. Some people make a big deal of it. It's all right, man. But getting caught cranking it it's up there with the weirdest and most awkward encounters you can ever have, man. Especially when it's by like a parent or something, a parent, a friend. It's a really private thing. If you get caught, I don't know, man. I don't know how you even that could change your relationship with someone completely, Yeah, man. But let's see what the Cowboys have to say about this, man. It sounds interesting. Let's see.
Actually, I walked in on my dad jacking off one time when I was like 13.
Whoa. Is that how we are starting the video? That's crazy, man. Okay, now in my mind I was imagining like getting caught by a parent. I did not imagine like you catching a parent doing this. That is traumatizing, man. Especially if you're a kid. As an adult, it's still fucking crazy, but at that point you're able to just compartmentalize and, understand that it's a natural thing, everyone does it. But as a kid, catching your parent doing this is, that's scarring, man. That's emotionally, psychologically scarring, man.
That's awesome.
Wow. That is like
What happened?
completely out of the memory
Oh no,
bank.
let's get it. Let's fucking go into the bank, dude.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Like
This bank?
Where was? Hold on. Set the scene for us. You're in his apartment.
I was. He still had a house at the time, and I like.
Oh,
went
he's
in,
doing better.
Yeah, well, barely. And
Yeah.
I went in.
That was the end of it.
Yeah, I went into his room to see if like he was gonna drive me to school or whatever.
Oh, it was a morning beat
It was
off.
the morning. Yeah.
Oh, that's therapeutic.
And he's like completely naked on the bed,
On the bed, laying down.
laying down, and like
That's how my
but
mom caught me.
As soon as he heard the door open, he like rolled. So he rolled, and it's like I jack off, so
Of
I know what the
course.
fuck he's doing. And he rolled, and like he was completely naked, so like the sheets caught one of his ass cheeks and just like opened his ass, and he's just looking over his open ass.
Yo. The image, man. The image. Oh, man. Fuck. The detail. I'm guessing a lot of people out there have been caught doing this, yeah? Because that has never happened to me. It's just the thought of it is so unsettling, man. And what Nick is describing here is it's a fucking nightmare, man. Let me take it back, man.
And he like rolled, so he rolled down.
That's therapeutic.
And he's
I love stuff in all this, man.
like completely naked on the bed,
On the bed, laying down.
laying down, and like
That's how my mom caught me.
As soon as he heard the door open, he like rolled. So he rolled, and it's like I jack off, so
Of
I know what the
course.
fuck he's doing. And he rolled, and like he was completely naked, so like the sheets caught one of his ass cheeks and just like opened his ass, and he's just looking over his open ass at me. He's like, "Yeah."
Yo, what? What?
Wait, I told you because he's like nervous because so I'm like, are you driving to school? He's like, yeah, I'll be done in like 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay, and I just like closed the door. I don't know. In his mind, he was like, that was a close one.
I know you never think you got caught beating off when you got caught.
all
I told you guys like a few years ago. We were saying I was visiting. It was my grandfather's funeral. We were in San Diego. I was staying in a hotel room. My parents had one room. My sister had a room, and I had a room next door. And we knocked on their door to see what time dinner was, and they were like taking a while. And I like looked at my sister. I was like, "Oh shit, dude! Like maybe." And she's like, "They don't fuck. They're sleeping." And she like knocked again. And my dad just opens the door and he's wearing, this is such a dad move. He's wearing t-shirt, no pants or underpants, just stretching his t-shirt over his dick. And he goes, "What the fuck do you want?" And I literally, my sister stayed there. I literally ran down the hall, like this
Oh
like
my
long
God.
hotel room hall.
So they were definitely fucking.
I think they were trying to have
Wait,
sex.
would he walk around naked around your sister too?
No, he would
Oh,
do it to
just
me.
you.
It was like
Okay.
a man thing. Yeah,
Gotcha,
it was like a
like a sauna
get yelled
rules.
at by your
Yeah.
5'5" South African father.
I fucking I remember I just had a flashback to being like I don't know, like 8 or something with
Yeah.
my cousin. And we were hanging out in his room and I like
I've always thought Adam was Jewish. Is he Jewish? Because if his dad is South African, I don't. There are a lot of white people in South Africa. Because um, some of you might know this already, but when South Africa got independence and Mandela became president, Mandela did not like order the white people out of South Africa. His whole approach was forgiveness. He allowed them to settle and own land and still be part of South Africa and all that. In a lot of African countries, when they got independence, the white people sort of just left. Of course, some were left behind, but most of them just left. South Africa, a lot of them remained. Yeah, I think that's the story. That's what I grew up reading in school and all that. So if his dad could be Jewish still. I don't know. Or is the mom Jewish? Because I've always been under the impression that Adam is Jewish, yeah? And if his dad is South African, it could be Jewish, man. It could be Jewish. It's that here in Africa, the Jewish thing is not a big deal. Like in the States and in the States, there's a lot of you can tell this person is Jewish, that person is Jewish. People identify as Jewish. Over here, it's no big deal. People don't identify. I'm pretty sure out here, actually, people don't even know that Jewish people, that just when they see a white person, it's just white. They don't even go like, yeah, that's a Jewish person or whatever. It's just white. And here in Africa, a lot of us, we grew up reading the Bible, and I think some people are under the impression that all Jews are in Israel, because in the Bible, a lot of the Jews in the Bible were Israeli. So I'm sure like a lot of people still don't realize that the white people they see every day, or the white people they see from time to time, are actually Jewish. That doesn't register. So I'm like wondering, like, a lot of white people in South Africa, I'm sure a lot of them are Jewish. Hence Adam's dad, yeah? I don't know. I don't want to get too much into this. We're watching a great video here. It's really funny so far. Let's just continue with this.
South African father.
I fucking I remember I just had a flashback to being like I don't know, like 8 or something with my cousin. We were hanging out in his room, and I was it started with either me or him in the bed, and like we both had shorts on, and like so I was like underneath the cover, but I was like fully clothed.
Yeah.
And like draped the blanket over my leg, but then pulled the shorts up and then draped like the blanket over, and I was like, "Does it look like I'm naked?" You know?
Yeah,
And like we laughed. We thought it was funny, so we kept doing it. Like, does it look like I'm naked or whatever? And like it got down to where we just had underwear on, but then we were like draping it a certain way where it's like, you know, like does it look like we were like laughing hysterically? And then he was like, "I gotta go to the bathroom," so he goes down the hall into his parents' room to go to the bathroom. And fucking, I just took all my clothes off, and I like tucked the sheet through my legs and then in my ass, so that I came up and just barely covered my dick, and then like, but it was stuck in my ass. And then so like I walk in his parents' room, just dragging the sheet through my legs over my face.
You're just credit carding their sheets in your asshole. You're essentially wiping your ass with their sheets.
The bed sheet.
And I'm
400 thread count.
I'm like crying laughing because this joke had been going on for like 15 minutes.
Of course.
And we're 8, so we think it's hysterical. And I go in the bathroom, and he's in there with his mom, and like they're just like talking, and I'm like, "Does it look like I'm naked?" And like she's like, "What the fuck?" And then hold on, behind me, my uncle is coming down the hallway. He's like, "What the fuck?" And he's behind, so he can see my ass. The sheets
Dragging just the whole sheet.
shoved up my ass. And I'm like, "Does it look like I'm naked?" And they were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "We're playing a game where you're supposed to look like you're naked." I can't really explain it.
Did he not? Did he even cover it all, or was he just like, "You're on your own"?
Yeah, no, I mean, we did weird shit like that all the time. So
Yeah, I mean, it was the same with me and my cousin. You guys were around the same age.
yeah, he was a year younger than me.
Yeah,
So.
Me and my brothers. I was looking through I was home and for my mom's birthday, and I was looking through like old pictures and shit. And I just found a fucking picture. There's 3 pictures. Me and my brothers were all holding hands naked, each sitting on a watermelon. And it's just like we were 4, 2, and 2. Just like these 2 fucking babies.
You guys get
Dishwasher
walked
gloves.
in on jerking?
Yes, but I had one time I like deadbolted the apartment.
They couldn't come into their home.
Well, yeah. I was like a latchkey kid, so like my mom wouldn't get home till like 7. So I had in between 10 and like 13. It was like, okay, well I get home at 2:45, and then I masturbate until 6:59 p.m. And then my mom comes home, and then there was, but you know, it was occasionally she would come home early or something, and there was like one afternoon where I just had like everything out, like the whole like setup.
What is a latchkey kid? Because I've heard that term before. A latchkey kid. Please, if someone knows what that means, please let me know in the comments, man. A latchkey kid. Latch like the latch of a door. Latchkey. I don't know, man.
I think I had like a back massager I was like using to jack my dick off with. And
Rubbing your balls with it while you beat off.
yeah. I got like
vibrating your taint.
Yeah, I was just calling her Chev, like her rosary beads in my ass. It's like, "Just a second," and she's like, the door is deadbolted, so she's like screaming through the whole like, "What are you doing in there? Why can't you open the door now?" It's like a small apartment, so there's no way I'd be like, "Oh, I have to walk all the way through," and I'm like dropping shit. It was like banging against something, the vibrator or like the back massager. It's like hitting the bed frame. It's like, yeah, that was embarrassing, but never walked in on
My
completely.
mom walked in on me, and she saw it, and then she goes, "It's very late. You should go to bed." And then she started laughing and left.
Really?
It was the worst.
She like looked at your dick.
I don't know if she saw. I was just like,
She licked her lips.
I like turned around and I was like, "Oh, my ass was."
Dude, no, I got walked in on like 3 weeks ago.
By your
I was
mom?
my grandmother. She was my fucking. I was just
As
like,
a man?
huh?
As a man, dude.
As a man, as a fucking 27-year-old man right now, I was home for Easter, and my grandmother like never leaves her room, and I'm just beating off with the door open. Or no, the door is closed, but she never leaves her room, and she just like completely uncharacteristically barges in to give me like Easter money. She's got like, I'm just
Like $10?
straight up cranking my hog. There is no doubt. It was
Just leave it on the table.
There was no. She's like, I'll come back later. It's
No. Put the money down. Put the money down.
I am just beating off, dude. Like a computer, you can hear the porn.
That's
She's like-
great.
yeah, dude.
I had a friend growing up who was like Venezuelan, and they were like weird. His family's Venezuelan, and he's like, yeah, my dad taught me how to masturbate. Like his dad like instructed him how to do it, and he would like buy porn for him and shit.
That's
And so
nice.
his family was like very sexually progressive. They just accepted that their son had to masturbate, and like he would just leave the door to his the computer room open. And it wasn't like a big house or anything. It was like there was the kitchen and then the stairs and then like the room where they had their computer. And he'd have the door wide open, and his mom like would just be walking by, and he would just be like masturbating. And we'd come over, and she'd be like, "Oh yeah, he's upstairs." And we'd go up there, and be like, "Hey guys," it's like dick out, just beating off.
It's funny because in some cultures, it's not a big deal. You know, masturbation and all that. It's kind of they don't make a big deal out of it. You guys probably don't know this because I know football is not that big in America. But if you follow football in any way, recently there was this footballer who plays for Arsenal Football Club. It's a big club in England, yeah? Big club, has a massive following worldwide over here. Football is like the #1 sport. So this kid, this young defender, French, he's out on loan playing for another team in France, a club called Nice in France. He's a national player, but he's been loaned out to Nice in France. So recently, a video leaked on Twitter of the guy, just him and other his teammates chilling in a hotel, sitting on a couch, and the guy next to him, totally naked, completely butt-ass naked, holding up his phone, obviously just watching something like porn or something, and jacking off right next to the guy, man. And that leaked, and everyone just flipped out, man. And you know, it brings up the conversation, this is, in some cultures, this is not a big deal, man. You know, because the guy, the Saliba kid, is not the one jacking off, but he's sitting to this guy to his right who's jacking off, and Saliba actually recorded himself with the guy jacking off in the background. And this got leaked on Twitter, and it was like a big story a few weeks ago. And you know, you just wonder, why would he record something like that, you know? And I'm telling you, in some cultures, it's no big deal, man. In some cultures, it's no big deal, man. Let's finish this video first.
And that's a part of their culture.
Oh, that was the end, man. Yeah, the culture thing. I remember when I was a kid, I've been in boarding school my entire school life. When I was around 10 years old, yeah, at 10 years old, I went to boarding school. And the boarding school ranged from class 4, which mostly consists of 10-year-olds to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to class 8, where you find 14-year-olds. Yeah, so there's this period from 10 years old, and then at some point you hit puberty, and then the oldest kids are like 14, but you're in the same boarding school. And I saw dudes masturbating, man. Like, I did not know what the fuck that was. But when I first joined, I remember the older kids. I'm 10 years old. The oldest kids in the school are 14, 15, so they know this stuff. And I remember seeing guys doing that, the older kids, and just not understanding what the fuck they were doing. Openly, man. I remember you'd find you sometimes you just walk into the dorms and find just a dude just because we slept in a dorm, like a huge hall with bunk beds. And sometimes you just walk in and find one of the older kids on their bed, not even covered up, just on their bed, just cranking it. And then I remember not understanding what the fuck that was. And later on, when it actually clicked and I actually realized what they were doing, I was like, oh shit, man. And no one bothered. I'm not saying it's okay right now. You couldn't do that right now. Kids are probably doing that, but as an adult, you can't do that, man. You can't do that in front of someone else. And yeah, man. In some cultures, in some places, it's no big deal. It's no big deal, but in some places, it's super taboo, and you get caught cranking it, and that becomes your identity, man. Yeah, it's natural. I think people make a big deal out of it. Completely normal, man. Completely normal. I guess a lot of people have these stories, man, of getting caught actually doing this. Because for me, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever been caught, man. I don't know. I don't think so. That would be fucking terrifying, dude. Nick's story about his dad. That's brutal, man. That's brutal. That does something to you as a kid, man. But luckily, as human beings, we have the ability to compartmentalize and just lock some things away and not have to deal with them until you're old enough to look back and just laugh, man. Yeah, this was a good one, man. This was a good one. And I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.